Hello everybody, and welcome back to HBM's Nuclear Tech Mod. And today, just getting everything ready real quick. Just getting everything ready. Nice. We're ready. Let's see this. Okay, welcome back to another episode of HBM's Nuclear Tech Mod, and today, well, last time we got motor production. Look at this. I have more motors than you do, probably. Cool, right? Cool. Cool. But today, we're gonna start off with gravel today. See, gravel I have to absolutely fucking destroy. Right? You know what I mean. Destroy the fucking gravel, bruh. And then hopefully sometime in the near future, I get to work on all of the base and fixing up all the shit here. And we can leave for Baja and conquer the fire planet. Conquer it. Absolutely Jeff K. the planet. What? Okay, maybe that's not the right words, but works anyway. So 4 capacitors, which is what we're at, or well, we'll start off simple. 4 processing fiberglass, or well, no, gravel into fiberglass. You need 2 machines, 3 machines. You need, and they're all the way over here. You need a silex, an arc furnace, and a sorting thingy. So more than 3 machines probably, but you do need a couple. Honestly, this is not bad. Look at this, Fallout. You can process Fallout for gold. Look at this. Nice. Cesium. Ooh. Did I open it to land already? Ah, god dang it. That's my issue. I remembered everything else. But you can, of course, jump into water with that shit and explode, so it's pretty fun. And I think iodine is similar. No. Strontium. Strontium. Nice, guys. Strontium 90. Ooh. Of course, remember, if you don't have strontium 90, you ain't nothing without strontium 90. Anyway, forwards to victory. We're gonna go ahead and begin our project for today. Shredding machine is very easy to make. Let me go ahead and grab out the resources from memory. Should have them in here somewhere. By the way, the new batteries kind of suck in my opinion. For everybody who's asked, new batteries absolutely suck. It should be 6. We're gonna do 8 of those. We're gonna do a few ingots of copper. If we can find copper plates, that'd be nice. If that was before. Thanks to the new motor production, we now have the ability to make as many of these as we want. Quite literally, I could just batch craft like 3 shredders right now. Like 30 of these things. And I'd never have to make any more. But, toggle output, I can have a stack of motors right there. Look at that. Holy shit. We have so many motors. This worked out so well. Now, if I go into here, we can just go to Shredder. As you can see, it is 8 steel plates, 4 copper plates, and don't ask how I even knew that shit off the top of my head. Let's just say it's muscle memory at this point. Shredder. And then we need dash shredder blades for Saturnite and dash, but I don't actually know the recipe on these ones, so we'll go ahead and check those in JEI. Dash shredder blade. And the shredder blade is made of a compound plate with an advanced alloy thingy. Compound plates are not that hard. Just take a couple bakelite and shred that up as well. As long as you already have a shredder, of course. This should not be a challenge for you. And so this line is going to feed two different lines. Sand. or not. I think it actually only supplies flint, actually. So, sand isn't happening. But still, if you need silicon, it provides silicon. Now, the issue is that what are we going to even do with that? It also provides lithium, which is still semi-useful right now, but is about to use its or lose its usefulness when we update, if we update. Which I really would recommend that we not update anytime soon, because that was the batteries are just shitty there. They're all two-dimensional, so I'm not a big fan of that. They allow for energy to flow both ways, is what I mean. So, since we're doing that number, we're gonna do 4 of these. For this, how many dash ingots am I gonna need for my compound blades? Probably multiple. 4. So I need like 16. I would say 16 because I'm trying to make 4. We'll see how this works out. Dash. Dash. That's 12. 16. I honestly think we need more dash production for dash powder, but I'm not sure how to get that. Alright, so I got my 16 dash ingots. Gonna take these over to here. So one of the things we could also make is advanced alloy. It's not as useful as it really needs to be for us to mass produce it, but it would be nice, I suppose. Or we could also mass produce other things, but for now, I don't think it's that useful to mass produce advanced alloy. It's not as though we need this stuff constantly. There's no constant demand for advanced alloy. Oh, and it requires me to combine steel and another thing that I don't really want to combine, since they're both alloys, and it will make things really complicated for me to be satisfied. It's easier to just do that when you need that. Dash. And now I have 4 compound plates, which all I need to do is make 4 more. That really sucks. Okay, just grab 4 more high-speed steel. That is definitely something to automate, though. High-speed steel, for certain, should be automated by this point. Because high-speed steel is no bueno for production. But it's fine. We'll just... I'm going to wait on that. Dash. So I should have 4 over here. 4 dash. Just the final 16 dash. Last 16 pieces of dash. take my final 16 dash ingots and just shove them in the machinery. Should be able to make this really easy. Shred. Shredder. Wait. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot to put the polymer in the shredder. Okay, with my bakelite powder done, take the bakelite powder, compound plating. Nice. And I absolutely... Oh, that made a lot more than I thought. Wait, I only had 4 earlier. How did I get to 28? That math didn't math, but... Oh well, I guess we have a ton of polymer dash plating. That's good for when we need it next time. Let me see what's next on my list to do. I need 10 advanced alloy. Easy. Got it done. 1, 2. Nice. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to slap 8 of those into plates. And since these are dash, they will never break. It's the advantage. Technically, you could break these a couple times and waste a couple pieces of dash or advanced alloy plating, but it's not really that much. So this part will allow my drone to transport over the gravel. Gravel. Why did I do this step? This is actually not necessary. I guess I needed one of these anyway for something else. Probably making more stuff. Some of the gravel probably is going to that. Now that I think about it. But some of these are just clogged. And that's probably part of the issue. That guy is definitely never gonna clog. Or nor is this guy. This guy clogs? He looks clogged. Huh. I don't know what this is. I don't know what's that, why it's there. What is this guy up to, huh? Nothing. Oh, he's clogged with lye. Clogged with bauxite. Clogged with sodium aluminate. Which one does sodium aluminate? Well, there's a problem. Nitric acid, so... Oh, it's set to alumina. But what's the problem? It doesn't recycle enough? Does it recycle enough? I mean, fluorite's easy to get. We might just run this... instead of running a laser, it doesn't make sense to do that. Because I could just take it over, take the gravel and turn it to sand. We could get boron, but how much boron do we actually need? Is it really worth it for me to just start mass producing boron from gravel? I don't even think it is. And we can make that its own thing. If it is ever necessary. I don't think it is. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and... I'm gonna go ahead and do what makes sense to me. But there's another problem that's occurred at one of the sections of the facility which requires my immediate attention. Over here. We need to put in a tank for something. Or for some reason. Tank needs to be placed in. I believe for one of the fluids. Not sulfuric acid. Oh, okay, we've already done it, so we've dealt with chlorine gas. I'm surprised sulfuric acid isn't clogged. Do we even have a peroxide tank here? What is this? What is this one? Iron powder? Oh. I can get that shit taken over to there. Right away. Get over there right fast. Absolute riot. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, you can get this from the silex, which gives you fluorite too. 5% chance of flint, 10% chance of or 80% chance of flint, 10% chance of lithium, 4% chance of boron, 5% chance of fluorite. Which boron can be used to make boron glass, I suppose. Or you can cyclotron that to other materials, but if we make boron ingots, what can we make from there? Kind of a lot of stuff. Assembler stuff. Zernox. Pretty advanced stuff, honestly. It would be bulk lithium, but it's not super great for that. If we ever do that, I say we just make it a dedicated setup for that. Not this kind of setup. It's too much, it's not dedicated enough to it. Like, if we just had a dedicated setup for that, it would produce so much lithium. But it's also producing so much silicon, so we need like 3 or 4 arc furnaces to keep up with that. And then to have them constantly supplied is the other issue. I don't know why there's plates in that one, but that's not right. Maybe they're just getting caught up on each other's pathing. Don't know why there's powder in this one. What the hell? Oh, that's where it's supposed to be. Powder's supposed to be in there. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good to know. Heh. Ingots. Oh dear, it's full of plates. Huh. Wonder why. It's not producing enough. Okay. I'll just put the plates in a crate when I have too many of them. How many is it shooting out? Like, what is shooting out? 2 over here, 1 over there. And this guy is also probably almost full of plates. If not, I can just balance them so they're kind of even. Okay. There we go. That's better. Nice. So now the plates are splitted evenly. 284 motors, 185 copper coils. Currently, our biggest bottleneck for the coils is getting ingots to the machine. So that just means I need to increase the speed of the furnace. There we go. That should do the trick. Got some iron ingots that are going through. But I think we produce plates faster than we produce ingots for the fucking motors. This is bad. We are definitely producing more of those than we need. But okay. So when we have our shredder, which I don't know where I put that at. I think it was like right next to here, yeah. When we have our shredder, we're gonna have the gravel fly to that thing, which I should have my stuff over in this box. Yep. 1 drone, a couple of these. I got some crates to use. Okay. This is gonna be a simple drone, complicated drone path. Actually, let me take that back. Before I say some dumb shit, it's actually gonna be super complicated. But essentially, what happens when he flies the ship back and forth, we're going to eject from there. We're going to put into a conveyor splitter immediately following that. That's going to split out my sand into 2 different processes. One process, we're going to just acidize the sand immediately. The other process, we are going to take... Maybe I'm thinking of this wrong. Because we could do the gravel process on the side. Well, we're just going to acidize the sand immediately, straight away. So we don't need the splitter right there, necessarily. Remove that. But now we're on to the next step. So once we have that, we need an inserter. Or we just take a hopper from that. And we raise it one block up. Which isn't a bad idea. We're just going to take a hopper. Then we're going to acidize our sand. Right here. Since that's the biggest thing with this, is acidizing the sand. So we have peroxide production over there. I would assume. Yes, there is peroxide production here. So then we could just send peroxide into another acidizer for this step. Which should be a little bit easier to do than most of the other steps in previous episodes that involved us setting up massive multi-phase bullshit and whatchamacallits and stuff. Clear that hole out, and then boom, we have this right in position. We just need a cable to go into that hole right here, energy hole. Let me see. There we go. That will do perfectly. Actually, I could have done it there with one block, but who cares? I'm too cool for that. This is good. We just need a pipe that carries the... Okay, here's one thing. Shift clear before we even do anything with that shit. Just saying, if you don't shift clear, you're gonna mess up your drones in terrible ways. It's an important process, and I will tell you to do it every time I do it, because that's important. Because if you don't shift clear your drone thingy, you just are swapping a pre-existing coordinate. But we're not even to that step yet, so let's just shut up. Let's just calm down. So I'm gonna place it right under here, since I don't like the idea of placing it anywhere else, and thankfully it does fit there. So now I can just continue on my merry way all the way down to here, where I'm going to find a good hole to insert it into. That sounds strange, but don't worry. Grab some aluminum pipes to insert. Nice. Then I can just do this. You're probably wondering, when are the drones going to come into play? When am I going to get to watch fish play with drones again? Don't worry, we're almost there, guys. Almost there. Peroxide. Make sure your pipe is peroxide, okay? And not something else. Peroxide. Ooh, glorious peroxide piping. Nice. Let's go ahead and next step is simple. We're gonna eject into the splitter like I said, because there's two different glass processes that we're about to be involved with, and one of them is probably no fun. So we're gonna eject this way. Boom. And we need a furnace for this. And I don't want a shitty furnace, and I want a fast furnace. Okay, so I'm just being picky at this point, but I'm gonna try to use a fucking steel furnace. Reason is, I don't want a slow furnace. I would much prefer a fast furnace. Okay, I'm just saying. Slow furnace, bad furnace. Just saying. Got it? Cool. We're cooking with gasoline right here. So this way, for our ejection, I should have my splitters in here. Two of them are left. 2 splitters remaining. Shit. It's the end of the world at this point. But that's going to be perfect for ejecting into a machine. I mean, look, ideally, you don't have the issue of speed being a problem, but when it comes to what we've learned from our red copper and its iron production, the ingots, they just don't get made fast enough in the furnace. And yeah, you can upgrade the furnace. Maybe we should just do that, but let's just fucking upgrade the furnace. Okay, make a couple upgrades. It's not that hard. We've got plenty of iron furnaces we can use, or no, of electric furnaces. We don't need to worry. It's simple. Just do what makes sense. Just do the right thing and make things make sense, okay? We don't need to do all this dumb shit. Really simple, right? So, we're gonna eject from that one. It's gonna go up. Or it's gonna go sideways or something. It's gonna do something. Okay? It's gonna go somewhere. I just don't know. Oh, shit. Yeah, we're running out of conveyors. And this is the great conveyor apocalypse of all time. But, thankfully, I will be able to solve the conveyor apocalypse during my term as President of the United States of HBM mod. God damn it. What kind of jokes are we on now? President of HBM mod, guys. Right here. The king of HBM mod has appeared. The final boss. Oh god. Have mercy. Cheese is actually, I am pretty good at this. I'll be honest. I am pretty good at HBM mod. Maybe I am the king of HBM mod. What's with YouTubers and claiming they're the king of things, you know what I mean? But anyway. This is going to be for this glass production. The other one is just going to take regular ass sand. Why is it going to do that? Well. This is all wrong. Everybody say this is all wrong with me. This is very wrong. This is very wrong. Okay, we've said it twice. If we say it a third time, it's gonna summon a giant meteor on our heads, okay? Because that was fucking terrible. So the reason that doesn't work, let me go ahead and explain, is because then I am not making glass, because I'm trying to smelt fiberglass. And what do you get when you smelt fiberglass? Nothing. A waste of time, maybe, but still, nothing. Relatively nothing, because that's not how that works. That's not the process we need. The process we do need is not that. Okay, thank you all for that. I have now explained why that doesn't make any sense to do it that way. And if you still have questions, please send them to my email, because I really don't want to answer them. And I don't answer my email. Unless you're a company trying to give me money, and even then, I'm skeptical. Unless you give me $10 billion, I won't answer. Actually, no. But, you know what'd be cool is if the... God damn it. You know, sometimes I realize that some people are pretty dumb and tell me dumb shit. But one time I knew this guy who was telling me about Mr. Beast for some reason. Like, okay. That's pretty funny, honestly, but I don't really give a shit about Mr. Beast. But if he gave me $1 billion, maybe I would. If he gave me $1 billion to destroy the world with. That's a great idea. We'll build a device to destroy the sun. That's what I would do. See, if I could destroy the world, I would destroy the sun. Alright, on this episode of Mr. Beast gives somebody $1 billion. TH3 fish destroys the sun. I don't even know the format for a Mr. Beast video. It's MLA format. Size 2 or line space or spacing 2. Size 12 Times New Roman font format with a specific rules about indentation and shit. You have to have your thingy indented. No, you need a header with just your last name in the header has like 4 things in it. And it's like class, some other shit, and then the other thing. I don't even care. If I was like a writing teacher, I'd be like the shittiest writing teacher of all time. I'd be so shitty. Just hand out the A's like it's nothing. Alright, you did great work you did great work on this assignment, man. Good job, I'm so proud of you. Here's an A for effort. I know you only wrote 1 page when I asked you to write 2, but still, 50% is so good. I'll have to give you an A. I know it's not formatted correctly, but you did exactly what I asked you. I'll have to give you an A. That's that's what I would do. If I had to do writing, that'd be fucking terrible. Teach people writing. I expect it to be all in Cyrillic. Please write it good. Make it legible. This is absolutely awesome. I can't even read what it can say. But this is amazing work. I'm so proud of all the hard work you guys put in. Good job, and I'll give you all an A on the final. Just fucking lie. Just gotta fucking lie about it. That's what I would be doing. Just fucking straight up lying to them. And over here, this is gonna go into a thing to make glass panes. Because yes, we need glass panes for my next complaint. This complaint, I'm going to say glass panes suck and are terrible. Ugh. And I've just done that. I might be a comedian, but don't call me funny. So let's go ahead and continue. Nice. It's got power. Some people do think I am pretty funny. But others, they have not seen me at my best. So we'll just go ahead and show them that right now. Since I know they're watching. Boom. Absolutely amazing comedy. 10 out of 10. This is a certified hood moment right here. Great stuff, but as you can see, we're making glass panes by the baker's dozen. 16. Since every time you say baker's dozen, the number goes up by 1, so now we're at 16. And thankfully, the drones haven't hit JFK Bridge yet. They're too busy carrying the boxes back and forth because we enslaved them to the industry, so they are basically GT&H players at this point. Absolutely wonderful. Then we just have to produce sand and supply gravel. The 2 most infamous steps of this setup, which is very flat. I like it. Very flat and very lots of conveyor arrows pointing in different directions. But I'm like 90% sure that this actually will work. 90% sure. Because I don't actually know. I haven't tested if this goes through these into this. So I have no idea if this works or not. Which is fine. It's absolutely splendid. It's wonderful. 10 out of 10. Do 2 there. So that way when it splits, it's not producing too much of this. Because this thing can only hold so much before it has to go. I have too much glass. Please help me. But that then ties into the next recipe, which is going to be involving tungsten wires. And everybody knows how that's going to go. because it needs tungsten wires. So here's my receiving point for that stuff. But we're going to need to produce tungsten wires, and we're going to need to produce aluminum wires. So this goes to the next step, which is pretty much make tungsten wires. Insert, well, there's tungsten wires, and then there's more insulators. So when we take out our insulators, they are going to be produced here, right? So we're going to make insulators here. Boom. And then we're just going to send them down into a machine. So this thing should produce a ton of insulators. And if it produces too many, I'm not sure what we're going to do with all of that excess. But the idea is pretty simple. I'm just going to take this, do that. And that will make my insulators so I can produce both my capacitors, which I'm going to produce somewhere over here in this area, and my other thing. So when that's too full, it needs to split it. So this is going to go down. We're going to make insulators. Splitter. Please give me that. Auto crafting machine is necessary at this time. What do I need for that? So I need to make auto crafter. Auto crafter. 4 steel plates and 2, yeah, okay. Motors and vacuum tubes. I got this shit easy. Watch this, watch this. Just go over here, grab some motors. Oh dear, there's a ton of motors in there. And we've clogged up our quantities of steel plating right now. This is not good. Or iron plating. I think I need to actually siphon out some of this iron plating, because we produce way too much of it. It's okay though, it's free iron, right? I'm not even sure what we need this many iron plates for, but we have them. Is there like even a recipe that we could use these in? Besides this? Like iron plates are like the least... I mean, I suppose we can make ducts in copious quantities right now. They're not the greatest looking, but I mean, it's feasible. This is not bad, I would say. I'd say this is not bad. Not bad at all. So, if you want to make a copious amount of these into ducts, we do have them. But, this is not great either. Alright, so what we need for this is going to be probably some motors, some the other things. I don't know how many I want to make, but I'm going to go ahead and make a few. We obviously need to make upgrades for both of our furnaces so they can be just machines, absolute beasts. Does it take speed upgrades? I hope it does. Speed to level 3, that's great. We'll be able to do that in a bit. Okay. I need to grab out the motors. Nope. Toggle output. Turn that off. Grab motors. We're gonna go ahead and run on over and take the motors and some vacuum tubes, if we have any, to make a ton of this. Which this translates into roughly 30 if we do 2 stacks of steel plates into it. And then we have enough of the vacuum tubes, which we don't. Which is fine, we can just save some of those for other projects. Then it's on to wood. How much wood do I even have in storage? And I have probably some wood that's not enough wood so far. Okay, this will be fine. I hate using that for this, but oh shit, well I found where all the wood's at, and it's birch wood. I hate that shit. We'll go ahead and use that. Make 16 crafting tables and get those turned into the automatic crafting machines of Doom Eternal. Nice. Nice. And I have tons of those now. 15 automatic crafting tables are available to me. And we now have no vacuum tubes. It's okay. We're going to fix that soon. So when this is done making glass panes, it's going to output into here. That's going to become the first part of our process to make vacuum tubes, right? So we're going to put this in here. Nice. Then we need an insulator for the bottom, which is going to be simple. We just are going to split it, and it's going to fucking insert into there. So that's when this is done. We'll have those made. We're going to have to figure out how to do that in a second. Of course, we need another one of these to make insulators, right? So we got our stuff out of there. We got our fucking fiberglass bars, which I should have a ton of them over here to use. Where the fuck are my fiberglass? They must have ran out, actually. Now that I think about it. I must have consumed all the fiberglass bars. Well, except for this guy. He definitely has 9. Are we just not producing enough fiberglass bars right now? What is our status on fiberglass bars? Oh, we're clogged on bitumen. Because aromatic hydrocarbons have clogged. Oh shit, that's a problem. Don't worry. Let me just solve that in a second. But that's gonna make those. So let's just say we made those already. Nice. Boom. Somehow we're gonna split that out of there. What we're gonna do, I think, is eject through the top. If we eject through the top, go into another inserter, going this way. This is probably the most logical way of doing it. So do 2 pieces of wood there. Inserter. Oh dear. Well, it's not actually ejecting yet, which is good, I suppose. Did it? It did probably eject. Oh, okay, either way. So what we need now is just a couple of inserters, and I don't know if we even have any inserters available. We're gonna go ahead and find some. There's some inserters in hiding over here, thanks to the Geneva Convention. Special thanks to the Geneva Convention for doing something to this video. But we just take a hopper and insert into there. And that should put in my substances for that thing. And unfortunately, this is going to be a terrible process because this solvent pipe happens to be in a most inconvenient position. If we want to set this up very simply. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to shift click it into there. And now it's going down. So when I run this, what we should see is that it splits out stuff, and then it's going to put it into here. We're going to do that in a second. But that should put in, like, right now it's at 4. However, this guy needs 2, so we're going to set this guy to 2 on that side. Now my splitter ratio is correct. So that way, when I go to make my other thing, it will have its stuff. And that all comes down to my aluminum. Need to find a way to... How is this guy still getting iron plating? This is not right at all. But okay. Let me just put up all my stuff real quick so I can actually move iron plates around because we have too many. We need an iron plate emptying reset here. Pull out all of the iron plates. I mean, that is a lot of box ducts if we ever make that many. I don't see us needing that many anymore now that we have the other things. And let me see when this guy drops off. Does he drop off a bunch of fucking iron plates? Hello, Mr. Drone Guy. Where are you at? I know there's like 5 dozen drones right now, so it's hard to tell which one's... This guy's gonna be the one. Right here. Nope. Is it that one? Okay, wait a second. He does fly a double route. It only makes sense that he's putting in iron plates. Right? No way. I reckon that he's running this one over there as well. But this guy's actually doing his shit too. Let's see. Ah, he is. He did just drop off iron plates. No? What the fuck? I don't know how there's iron plates getting in that, but that's not okay. That is not okay. It's still making motors, by the way. Oh, I picked one up. Yeah, just insert them there. Still making motors. We're at 478. I might be the king of HBM mod now. With all these motor production. With all the motor production, we are the king. Own this HBM mod stuff. And then this thing needs to get destroyed at some point. We'll need to get upgraded. It's not happening now, but in the near future, this place getting upgraded to thorium and salts and stuff. Maybe I could do thorium salt. We do have a constant supply of thorium. That does sound dangerous, and I do like that. Imagine it just fucking melted down. But that will become a part of the base, I suppose. Alright, so what are we looking at? This guy's doing nothing, but that's what he's supposed to be doing. Boom, that looks better. Nice, nice. Right, so we need to actually have an output for this to go into. Does this guy have iron plates in him yet? Okay, no iron plates yet. Cool. Exactly what I'm looking for. No iron plates to be in sight. Gonna head over and grab some stuff. Need this thing. This is perfect. Let me see. There's probably tons of inserters here. That's an inserter, but I don't need to mess with that one. That one's not my business right now. Okay, I don't see any more that I can use, really. Oh, wait. Going right here. Ah, look at that one just hiding. Inserter hiding in plain sight right there. And I don't need those anymore. But what I do need is to send all those coal coke to go make steel. So that's what I'm going to do. It's running, but only part of the time, which is not a good thing. Need to increase the amount of time it spends running. The drone crate's full. Uh-oh. That's not good. Might mean I need more drone crates. Or drone buffering. Somehow I need to buffer out all of this shit that goes into carbon production. It's not making enough iron, I think. We could have so much more of this. How much steel are we even at? 6,000 steel? Holy shit. Most people don't even need that much steel. Motors are at like 500 now. Copper coils are at 307. What else are we making that is measurable? Microchips are at 266. The production is absolutely immense. But we need more. More production. More! Minecraft grade copper at 59. Not really that much. But it's probably because the machine's jammed. Yeah. It's jammed. God damn it. Oh, so I needed presses, right? I needed those, and I needed another thing. Alright, let's get to making those presses. Do they need motors? That's the first question I'm asking. Press. So for the presses, we're going to need no motors. It's just hydraulic pistons and rubber. Okay, cool. This will be pretty easy. It also takes circuits, but don't worry about that either. I think we should have plenty of those available. And this thing right here. Just grab those. Steel. Stealing is cool. Stealing is cool. Nice. Glad we're all on the same page. Cool. And then we're just gonna go over here, grab out some of this. This is good stuff. 2 of these. So that's that done. What am I making over here? Is this mine? No. Okay. Machine press. The press, absolutely great. We're gonna make those today. Should need hydraulic pistons as well. And I don't know if I have any of that stuff. We'll see. No. 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 Wait. No. No. Okay. I did see in one of these boxes here. I think we have... Or maybe in one of these boxes. Somewhere I saw that we have, like, plenty of the thing. That allows me to move fluids. Oh, here we go. Right there. Nice. I'll need one of those. That will allow me to grab out the engine lubricant from its barrel. Its terrible existence right over here. And it really doesn't get used for anything, because it's practically useless. Unless I can make it into bitumen somehow, but even then it's not that great. So I got my engine lubricant, which is terrible. And we're going to take this engine lubricant and just put it into the absolute grinder here with this thing. Nice. And what are we making with this? We're making the pistons. Right here. Hydraulic pistons. Technically, we can make these. Which are supposedly faster. I prefer to just make sure it gets done correctly using this. So, there's that. Take steel ingots and titanium ingots. Okay. Just grab some of those and some of these. And if we were to automate this, that wouldn't be a bad idea. But I don't think I'm going to do that. These aren't something you need often. You only need these when you're like, oh, I need this. It's rare that I need these. Okay? It's rare that I... This is just copium, honestly. This is... No. It's super common that we need them. I just don't want to do it. Because the amount of times I need to go and make it is kind of like... Not every setup's going to need one of these. But still, it's nice to have. I suppose. Maybe I should do it. Still, I don't know. There we go. Make those. This also requires more dash compound plates for anybody wondering. If you like dash compound plates, then you're going to like this episode. Because we need more of them. Let's go ahead and go back over to here. Grab out 4 dash compound plates. Does it actually need... No, it just needs regular dash. What am I talking about? Because this requires a stamp for this. Stamp. See these? These are great. Make a stamp with this. It just requires ferruranium, which is not that expensive, guys. Trust me. Trust me. Look at that. See, we already have some in the box. This is actually the worst substance that we need more of. So, we need to automate that. That's the one thing I need more of. Dash. No. This stuff. Clay. For bricks. That would be a good one. But we could just use netherrack for that. Apparently it's a substitute for this. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. And I'm gonna run all the way over to the place. What I'm gonna do is make my stamp. I'm just gonna make it over here. Dash. 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 Dash in hiding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dash time. Total dashification. Nice. Flat stamps. Cool. Gonna make this 2 times. Cool. I just needed 2 wires, right? That's all I needed. Hope I didn't need any other stuff. So now all my stuff that I needed is done to make this thing happen. And I need stainless steel too, so I can show everybody a magic trick. When you don't have what you need, grab stainless steel and it will do great things, okay? I don't know which box I put it in though. That's the real question. Ah, here we go. That stuff is useful. Now, also, we need to fix the other thing, because I did say we need to do that today, right? If I didn't, I'm saying it now. And I also need to drop off all of this shit. I'm sure I'm going to need it later, but for now, anything I don't need needs to go in a box. Like that. And this as well. And let's go ahead and check out what's going on with my setup. Are we having issues with coal? Getting that shit over there. I don't care if we're having issues with other stuff. We just need to have the coal moving through it evenly. Coal's going well. Okay, cool. As long as coal is moving, that's all I care about. If coal coke is getting destroyed, it doesn't matter, because we're just going to have a ton of that shit anyway. Oh yeah, he's doing okay. Problem is aromatic hydrocarbons, and I can deal with that right now. Since I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and just do that. Get that out of the way. I have my stainless steel, yes. I just need conveyors, which I'm looking around for that. Oh, there's 32 of those. Holy shit. Conveyors. Right here. Beautiful. And in addition to that, we're going to go ahead and grab out a tank from... Oh, right in here. Nice. Now this has that stuff in it. But don't worry, we don't need that. Oh, it's vomiting out gold 198. We might have an issue. This is a terrible ecological disaster right now. Oh, shit. Oops. That's pretty bad. This is like the least power I've ever had. Hey, and if you do that, I would recommend not doing that, okay? That's not great. Hopefully I can pick it up again. Stop! Stop! Oh shit, it just immediately cooks you. God damn. This is not good. Wait, where's my helmet? If I can get my helmet, I should be fine. Oh shit. Okay, I see my helmet. If I just get over here. Nice, good. Holy shit. I'm super irradiated right now. Yeah, I highly recommend not doing that. That was not great. Let me see. I'm not missing much, I don't think. Okay, I think it's all... I have most of everything. That's all that matters. But, yeah, I'm just gonna do it one stack at a time now. Apparently these give you, like, hundreds of radiation per second. Honestly, what we might do is, I'd recommend putting in one of these, mass storage units, since we can do that. It brings me up to 140. It brings me to 140. We just need to put in a mass storage unit over here. But I can't do that, because if I do that, I'm just gonna die. So I'll leave the mass storage unit over there. See, what happened was I grabbed like 6 stacks out of here, which was pretty dumb. When they give me 147 per second. And that's not even... I just saw it spilling, so I was like, oh shit, let me clean that up. So we have that happening. Aromatic hydrocarbons is getting moved around. What is this? Why are we not producing that shit? We should always be producing this. That is the issue we're having. Get that out of here. If we're not producing that, then we are going to be clogging our shit. But what we could do is install a supply requester on that thing, so that way we don't need to worry about that. Oh, just put this in here. Nice. 4 of whatever number. And that doesn't account for what I have in here. This is just going to be sitting there. Nice. BTX. Okay, cool. That's doing its job. He's pretending to make rubber, which is okay. Because unsaturated hydrocarbons don't really clog shit up. They just get, I don't actually know what they do. I don't know how I dispose of them, but the system does it somehow. Oh yeah, it just makes them to aromatic hydrocarbons. That's fair, but like, we could totally just, it'd make more sense to have a system that just says, hey, if we have this, make this. Like, if we need solvent, we just have to have it request solvent. I could do it, but I'm going to be busy for now. I'll do it later. But we're producing enough because I have the coal oil set up. It shouldn't be a problem. I don't think it should be a problem, at least. If it is a problem, let me know. But the coal oil setup has been clogged, so it hasn't been doing anything. So that was the reason I have to switch it over. Now it's doing stuff, which is good. Except it's still clogged with bitumen. It has 20,000 in the chem plant. Okay, now it's doing better. It's draining. I'm also going to add in a tank for that, so that way we don't have to worry too much. No, that's a bit over. Let me just do it like, just keep it in line with the rest of them. I should do. Aromatic hydrocarbons. Nice. And it's doing its job. That should get everything on track. Is this guy still clogged with bitumen? He's got crude oil clogging him. What? How is that happening? Crude oil, hot crude oil, refinery, petroleum gas. What can I do with petroleum gas to get rid of it? Could make the nitroglycerin into stuff, right? What recipes does it have involvement with? Nitroglycerin to what? Let me see. Nitroglycerin, right? We're making that shit. Quartz sand or just quartz powder. I mean, we do produce those. Cordite. I suppose it's just great for cordite. Oh, it's because I have an inserter for the normal oil deposits. I'm just seeing what I can make with this. I think I should have a lot more wood. There's been so many places where we made wood oil, so I'm gonna just bring a crate of wood powder over. Since I have wood powder available, we can just use that and make tons of cordite, which is amazing for future prospects, or we could just find a way to deal with petroleum gas in a way that makes sense. I actually don't even know what I can do with that right now. Why I didn't do anything with it before. Light oil. That's about it. Okay. Makes peroxide. Takes sulfuric acid. Unsaturated hydrocarbons, reformant gas, which is The alternatives for this. Make it take out your get rid of your petroleum gas to make bakelite, which is terrible. You don't want that one. Polarized lenses. I don't know what we need those for. And then I mean, guess you could just do the fucking make it the solid fuel number. 430 there or 1000 there. I would say 430 is better, but you can also do fracking solution, perfluoromethyl. I mean, there's like not a lot of good recipes for this. LPG. If you put it in a compressor, it takes 2000 to make it into LPG, which then can be used for fuel power, pretty much. That's it. Not that much. Not that good. But anyway, we do have sawdust, I believe, somewhere in this. Somewhere here there is piles upon piles of heaps of sawdust. Or not. We'll find out which it is. I mean, on the moon we probably have a heap of sawdust. That's iron? Oh wow, that's just iron and tungsten. I mean, I have coal ash. Okay, so yeah, there is no sawdust. Still. And without sawdust, I really can't do that much cool baloney. What I can do is make quartz powder. Quartz sand or whatever it is. Or we could just ship the quartz powder over into it. I just don't have a use for nitroglycerin. It's like kind of useless. Unless you have sand. Nitroglycerin. Quartz sand. Or quartz. It makes... Okay, so the reason that makes sense, by the way, in like a real perspective of that, the quartz actually, from what I learned, is something called like, what is it? It makes... So quartz, if you hit 2 pieces of it, will make sparks, right? So if you have quartz powder, well, then you have a bunch of pieces of quartz that are making sparks. If you suspend that in nitroglycerin, which I suppose is how this would work, that allows you to pretty much have a method of having an explosive compound that also contains volatile, essentially volatile quartz powder, which basically is a bunch of sparks, essentially. It comes together to make sparks. If that makes sense. That's my running theory now on the HBM nitroglycerin plus quartz recipe. And the reason I know that is because I've had 2 quartz rocks and I took them and slapped them together and it made sparks. Which is called something about phosphorescence or something. I don't remember. I don't actually know what it's called. But I know they make sparks, and that's about it. That's about all you need to know. Because if you know they make sparks, then you're farther than a caveman. So you know enough to know that if I take 2 rocks, slap the rock together, and boom, have sparks. So then that... Wait, what does this give me? So if I process my diamond powder through what process? Ah, the centrifuge. Or just acidize it. What does diamond crystals get us? Does it give us anything good? Suppose we can use a death ray. That'd be pretty cool. What if I made a death ray? Just fucking make a death ray. Honestly, it'd be pretty nice to have a death ray. I think that'll be my next project after I finish all this automation. I want to build a death ray. Well, I'll do that myself. Don't do it for me, okay? Don't do it on my behalf, but I will make a death ray. So I have my 2 stacks of quartz sand. Normally use this to make quartz glass, but fuck that shit. We're making explodies today. Look at that. Fucking prints it right out. Jolly good in it. Nitroglycerin factory. Satisfactory. The question is, what do I do with all of this dynamite I have? Then there's really no good usages, unless you want to make artillery shells, the Factorio Special, or like rockets at the ammo press, which aren't bad. I guess we need rocket fuel now too. How do you make rocket? That's absolutely wonderful. That's my next line. So when we have too much of this stuff, petroleum gas, we'll just make rockets. So we'll automate rocket production next. Which isn't even necessary. Hey fish, I got a problem. What is the issue? What's up? Let me see what I'm doing now. Okay. So if I have this, I need aluminum ingots too. And that means I will need to split out 1 per 2. Can't link the transport pads to work. I actually have no idea how to help with that. Got any idea why? I don't know, but I know somebody who might know. But I'm not telling them. I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. His transport pads won't link. I'll just relay that message. His transport pads, he can't link them. Or they don't link. Or something. I don't know. Let's see. Splitter. I'd have to, like, honestly, I'd probably have to see it myself to help you. And I don't, that's why I can't really provide any assistance most of the time. Most people ask me, they're like, hey, why isn't this working? Honestly, I have no idea. That's fair. It's my least favorite question when people ask me why stuff doesn't work, but it's only when Daniel asks that. So, from now on, only when Daniel comes around is like, why does this work? I don't think we're going to see Daniel again, okay? The infamous Daniel got banned from existence. Banned from existence. We deleted him. First I trolled him, and then I just deleted his existence. Banned. But that's because, you see, he asked why something didn't work, and then he said to me that, oh, he knew why it didn't work, when he didn't actually know. So he basically lied to me. So I was pretty annoyed, because it wasted my time, and I was like, okay. Would need more stuff said to get an idea on why they aren't working. Yeah, like, I would need to see it myself to know why they're not working. Like, I usually am like, people ask me like, oh, how do I make a file in this thing? Like, I need to see it myself, and I can't really help you. But I did figure it out yesterday. I did do it yesterday. I just kind of like did it on my own. Like, my brain just kind of did it. It's like just habitual doing stuff. Let's see if there's any iron plates clogging this shit up. Absolutely not. Pretty wonderful, if I do say so. Oh, why is there aluminum ingots in there? That's not supposed to happen. I think sometimes he flies his route backwards and delivers the wrong shit. It's like Amazon when they get your package wrong. Except not that bad. So, what makes sense is that we're gonna take... Why is lag doing problems? Why? What is the issue? There is no issue. Oh, it just doesn't have any fluorite. I forgot about that. I hear people in my Discord. Better not be Daniel. He better not have returned. The return of Dan the Man Daniel. Why doesn't my oil refinery work? Help, help. Mr. Freeman. Help. Stop. I know why my oil refinery doesn't work, guys. It's because of a bug that affects everybody on the server. The dumbest shit. I swear that was so dumb. I know exactly what's wrong with my oil. Oh, I need help with my oil refinery. I know exactly what's wrong. If anybody ever does that, asks me a question and then goes, I know exactly what's wrong, I'm done helping them. Because they know exactly what's wrong. Well, you seem to know what's wrong with your setup. That's exactly what I'm going to say. You seem to know exactly what's wrong with it already, so, why is there a hopper ejecting from here? What? What? Is that actually... Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I could just take it from there. We're gonna insert it into a thing. I'm gonna fly it to a furnace. Oh. Maybe I just do the furnace step here and then fly it over and make it into... Or I could just make it into wires right here. Honestly, yeah, and just make it wires here. Somehow. Okay. Gotta get over to this stuff. Wait, what am I doing? Putting this shit into here. Now, if you do cryolite for this, it will just constantly run. But, I'm not sure why I did fluorite. Well, I did fluorite because it makes sense to do fluorite. Okay. We're gonna do that. I'll get everything up and running again. Going to make a furnace go over there. Need speed upgrades in all my furnaces now. Speed upgrade. Over here. Cool. Then I just need a cable connection as well. Which I just need to run a cable underneath and then connect it in. That's inconvenient timing right there. Do that. Make a drone box right there afterwards. Actually, this step needs to be done over there. I can't do that step here. The reason I can't do that step here is because if I do that step here, it's going to cause issues. So this just needs to go straight to a drone box. And it'd be really cool and convenient if these could just eject right into the inserter where it belongs. But no, that's not a thing you can do. So I'll grab my other thing. So then I'm going to be creating a drone path for that as well. That'll be the wires, and I believe we need tungsten wires too. We do not produce tungsten. It is a heavy or rare earth. We produce light metals and non-metals. However, tungsten is made over there. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Alright, so what I'm going to do... Come up with where we're going to receive it at. Probably somewhere over here. Since it makes sense. We receive the wires. They go into a machine here with a wire stamp. Boom. Then we're going to go ahead and put in our next thing, a hopper, to convey those over. Do we have any more hoppers? Oh, we have 3 left. Perfect. Boom. So that's going to stamp down my aluminum. It just needs power. I'm going to grab a power cable. Like this. Now it's putting these out. No, these need tungsten. That's not where that goes. Okay. But at least we know it's going to make wires. That's where that's going to go. And it needs insulators in the bottom too. Yep, it's got that. Okay, cool. So that will work for that purpose. And then over here, we have our aluminum powder, which is going to go into a assembly machine, or not an assembly machine, a machine that makes the capacitors. Crafting. I feel like HBM's next update needs to just cover the crafting machine, because just having a one-block crafting machine is not cool. It'd be also amazing if it didn't just do crafting, but it made the recipe cheaper too. Like if it was a cheaper recipe, I feel like that'd be pretty sick. Like 50% off if you do everything automatically. But then at the same time, you have the problem of people who would try to abuse it. So it has to be automatable, but it doesn't have to be like, you know, maybe not. Maybe if 50% is too much, just give them 85. No, not 85. Give them like 15% off on the recipe. My bad. This is backwards. This is inverted. Sometimes your brain just completely shuts down, which is what mine just did. So that's going to take those and route them all the way over to here. Into this thing. Probably through the top. So that's what I'm going to do. Make it super expensive for 50% off. You could do that. I'm not sure how that would work though, because the idea is it's cheaper. Like the recipe is lower. With drones, a modular base idea with drones. Please don't use drones, they suck. Except I like them kind of, because I can actually get them to work right now. I mean, it only works when you have them flying routes that make sense. Like this, because I can't fit all of these machines in this area, obviously. This is the assembly area, and then that's my production area. Oil/assembly. So basically stuff that's pretty easy to fit in one spot. It's like when you can't have like items together. Yeah. I suppose this is the best setup I've created so far. As far as production goes, though. Then I just need to add in my insulators, which it needs to be, of course, the infamous 2-to-1 ratio. 2-to-1. Ah, he's dropped off more iron plates in the wrong spot. That's the great thing about setting up this thing incorrectly. So now it's got that, and it just needs insulators. And, of course, don't think I forgot, I need to insert into this. From which direction? Here? Is that going to work, even? Ah, it will work. Trust me, guys. This will work. Boom. Now, will the drone be able to land next time he comes around? He just comes in from the top. Nice. Look at that. Aluminum powder right there. How much of this? Oh, shit. We've overloaded our iron crates, or the crates again. Inserters. This is why I hate inserters, is because once they're full, they just start causing issues. Either way, they're going to cause issues. So what I recommend is you only use drones for solid items. That's the only reason I don't just have a bunch of conveyor anchors, as I would say they would be called. Or industrial mining conveyors. Look at this shit. He's getting it backwards. He's putting the wrong stuff into the wrong ones. I need like a filtered system for that. That is shitty. He's interrupting the process. Nice. How many circuits are we producing? Lots of them? Good. Keep making them circuits. Make them faster. Alright, that's good. And then, of course, how am I getting this into that? If anybody's wondering, we're going to use a conveyor ejector. Now, how the heck am I going to get that? I'm going to run over, grab my mechanical pistons. Oh, you just package it? That's interesting. I actually don't know much about packaging it. What I know is that it's useful, but I don't know why I don't do that. I actually don't have a reason not to do it. I should actually start doing that. To be honest, you've given me a good idea. It works well with drones, but doesn't work well with, you know, other stuff. But it works good with solids. So, packaging. What am I doing next? Mechanical piston. Piston. Ah, nice. Found it. And all I gotta do is do like 3 of those, and I'll have a stack. Watch this. Boom. Nice. And I really need these as well, but I unfortunately wasted all my stainless steel on that, so goodbye stainless steel. We'll never be needing you again. They need high throughput to be transported a long distance cheaply. Yeah, like in it, like, so you can do a whole batch at once instead of just doing a few items at a time. I think he's just transporting aluminum to each of these, which is not okay. He lands, drops aluminum. So what we're gonna do to stop him from doing that is we're gonna blacklist aluminum. If he drops off aluminum, it's just going to clog one machine, instead of clogging the whole motor production line. Nice. So now all I have to do, eject here. What we're going to change is this. Nice. Okay, perfect. Supply energy into that. Nice. If only we can automate box duct production, that'd be actually pretty cool. So that's done. Auto anvil would be amazing, right? Automatic anvil production. No, not production for the anvil, but producing stuff out of the anvil. And then finally, we also need to have a setup here that allows me to put stuff down into there. However, that part's easy. We just have to get a drone here. And then a couple of ejectors. Unfortunately, I ran out of the other thing I need, which is really bad. But I'm sure I can find a hopper over there. Just need some iron for this, unless I spent it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna just carry this around, because I know I'm gonna need more of this. Okay. That should be the last hopper. Where does all the stuff produced by the asteroid miners even end up now? In boxes. There's a bunch of different storage units over here, and it's all disorganized, and I haven't marked them. But you can, It's getting turned into stuff, okay? It's getting turned into valuable materials. That's where it's all going. Nice. Invert that. This will be a landing spot for another drone. And then, of course, this guy needs a drone as well, which we could probably do the exact same thing. And then have this be an output for the actual thing. all I have to do is... Okay, I know how to do this one. This one's easy. Oh shit, that's not what I meant to do. But I can just do a hopper, insert it, or yeah, hopper, inserter, combo right there. Over here, we just need a drone crate on that one. I can't find my drone torches. Where are my drone torches hiding? They're in here. Transport drone waypoint markers. And he also needs a thing here. So that's the first one that I pretty much have completed. I just have to get all of the stuff moved over to each of these. I'm going to need 4 markers. I think that's pretty much all I have to do to get everything done. If I set this up properly in a way that makes sense. I could do the front. I could just do... I don't like this cable. I don't want to have it so close to the wall, though. I really don't like that. Okay, well, it's going to have to be this way, and it doesn't really matter how I want it to be, but... We need an inserter combo. Well, an ejector hopper combo is what it's called. But essentially, I just do this right here. Then I can do my inserter ejector combo. And that should be all of the drone paths done. This is pretty much set up, right? Nice. Alright, just need to make a couple hoppers, and then I'm pretty much set up for that. Pretty far from done still. I got a lot of work to do. That should be enough. 6 hoppers should cover the cost of the next few things. And I'm assuming that we don't produce powder of tungsten, because it is crystals, usually. So we'll be fine right there. Eject down. There we go. Now once we have that set up, it will just do its job. This guy too will do his job. And the other thing that needs a combo would be this thing. How we're going to do it is the inserter combo type of thing. So I'm just going to drop down. Boop. Yeah, that works. And then go into this block with an inserter. That's my inserter combo. So that means the next block can be a mass storage unit for capacitors. That is the final step of that. We'll have to check what vacuum tubes are up to. So once we have vacuum tubes done, they also need a final step for storage. So this is my capacitors. Right there. It's empty right now, which means we'll need to set it in a bit. However, this guy, he's kind of special because he needs to... Well, he can pretty much do the exact same thing. Just ejector. That's not how you do that. Okay, now this is where things got a little weird. Because he doesn't have any power yet, either. But we still have a couple sides so we can get power in through. We can technically eject from the bottom. Insert power through the bottom, either way works. You just don't want to have... I don't want to have to move that solvent pipe since it's a lot more work than it's reasonably worth. And what we could do, instead of doing that ejector conveyor shit, we could just do a normal conveyor like most HBM players would do. And in this scenario, that makes the most sense. Because we're not going to be producing a whole lot of these, I suspect. Okay, then we get out of the hole. And another mass storage unit right there. Which really makes this a very compact looking setup. Very tiled. Nice. So this is where I make the insulators, correct? And let's make sure that recipe's in there. Good. Yes, it is. So when we do the insulator recipe, we're splitting out 2 to 1 here. So 2 are going this way, 1 are going into this. Yes, that's correct. Tungsten, it's drone time, guys. And I'm only going to need 3 drones to get this shit done. So, to fix this thing, we just need to set up a couple systems that will fix drone pandemonium. Okay, drone pandemonium's a real thing. Oh, this guy doesn't even eject into the system. Or no, he does, yeah. Drone pandemonium is a real thing, right? What we need to do is prevent the output of plates into that thing. So instead, plates get outputted over to here. And aluminum gets inserted into there. So this might not be the fix I'm looking for, but it's the fix that probably will work the best. Well, it actually, I could see this going wrong already, because there's a hopper under here, which won't filter. So hoppers, unless you set up redstone, they don't filter. And so I'm going to be kind of concerned with that. And if we can get the drones done in the next 15 minutes, then I've completed my task for this episode, which is absolutely insane. I really want to, like, get edits of my videos, but I just don't have the time for that. Or streams. Here we go. Let's go ahead and do this. Which should take that, if it's aluminum powder, put it into the other side. And if it's got plates, we're going to whitelist that. So then, it's filtering. And it's not going to be set to destroy. It's just going to... yeah, just set to destroy, honestly. Make that shit easy. This is where the problem comes into play now. Because now I can't actually put it on the correct line. Unless I find some way to magically put plates back in there, we have a kind of an issue. Although I could just siphon the plates out. I think we're done producing plates, though. That seems to be the issue. We've stopped plate production. Alright, it's drone time, guys. And for this one, we're going to go ahead and set up our drones pretty simply. We're going to start off with the drone for aluminum powder. He's going to go ahead and start his process right here. Alright, or drone for aluminum ingots, right? Actually, let's do the drone for gravel. I want to do the drone for gravel first. Where's my gravel point? Right here. Gravel point. That's amazing. Go ahead and set it to 13, right? That should do. There should be no collision at 13. Then we're just going to set him down. We're going to go ahead and remember this step. Shift clear, just in case. Even though there was nothing, we're going to do it anyway, just to make a good habit of that. And, of course, there he goes. Flies up. Gonna make him fly all the way back. Technically, you could do this in a very efficient way. Do it more direct. But, of course, I don't really care to do that. And this is just going to be a simple conveyor route for this. He's not really even making anything yet. So we do our conveyor route. Inserter. Shift on top. Boom. Okay. Then we have our actual drone point right here. Now, getting this over here is kind of the issue. Because now we have to fly him across at an altitude of like 16. And we have to keep him clear of any of that redstone. So in order to place these all in the same spot, what we have to do is simple. We're going to do 6. Why 6? Because I'm pretty sure if we put him at 6, his altitude will be low. Low enough that he doesn't intercept the other drone path in any meaningful way. Then he can land here, perform his operation, go to the next point, which is going to be here, take off, not interfere with his point, then fly all the way back across and down over to here. Which means we need to have a spacing. This will be fine. Probably about right here should do. Set him up to 15. just to make it the same. Boom. 11's fine. He flies all the way back. Boom. Lands. Just like that. Now we can set the other end to be an output, which I usually do that beforehand, but this is fine. Now we have another drone flying back and forth for gravel. Wait, that's aluminum. I did it wrong. Oops. This is bad. So what happens when you do it wrong is you need to tear everything down and clear out your drone controller. Nice. And when he flies back, we'll just blow him up using our fist. He's gonna fly to here. Apparently he thinks it's still a point there. Oh shit, I broke the wrong one. Oh dear. This is 15, right? So shift clear. To fix this problem, we just go all the way back. Don't worry. It's no big issue if you break a point. All you have to do is know how to fix it. And this one's actually really fixable. He just flies right over to here. Now that you see that happen... See, this is how I confirmed it was the redstone marker that tells him what to do. Since really, with HBM mod, you don't get documentation like that. But, like... There is some documentation that does exist. I'm just saying... There's not great documentation. But, apparently he still has a path that somehow gets him there. I don't know how that works. Oh, right here. Cool. Perfect. That gets rid of that path. So, gravel's actually produced over here, and I was stupid. Somewhere over in this area is gravel. I just gotta find out where. Oh, that's copper. Cool. This is gravel. Has to be gravel? No. This area is gravel. Yes. And I hate gravel. Gravel's actually gonna be pretty annoying. But we should just be able to take it out and then put it through this. And temporarily, I'll do another part of this setup. So put it up like that. Like that. Cool. Then we just do this. Shift click on the top. Then shift click here. That gives him a landing point. His first landing point. This is going to be output. Let's do this correctly this time. Let's make sure all of the bases are correct. All of the points and things that I'm doing. Unless this is everything. Oh, it is. Okay, neat. That is every single piece of gravel that we are going to be producing. It's all in one spot, consolidated, which is nice. But I really do want to get this done today, in one single episode, just to get all of capacitors and vacuum tubes done at the same time. That means I could technically produce any type of circuit from analog to the standard circuits. Nice. Now that he's completely finalized and hopefully working correctly, which I'm pretty sure that takes that. It's a fluid bus with all solid materials being moved by logistic drones. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and shift clear just to make sure we get rid of any prior dumb coordinates that we don't need. Set this thing to 15 since he's going to be out of the way of pretty much every other drone, and it looks cool when they fucking take off like that. Waypoint, waypoint, nice. He's taking off with all this shit. He's going to go ahead and we're going to clear out this thing. Before we do anything, this is the point where no, don't shred my fucking drone shit. God damn. No. These shredders. Shredders these days, guys. Shredders these days. So he takes off. He needs to fly over to here. Then he needs to land. So we're gonna do it 14. Should be fine. Actually, let's just do like 9, 10. Fly him over here at an altitude of 10. And I think that's actually flat for what he's doing. Then land. Is that the correct landing point, though? No. That's the correct landing point. So he lands. Remember how this works. When he takes off again, to an altitude of 10 right here. Then we fly him back in this direction. That doesn't look right. Something tells me... Oh, that's fine. That's fine. We'll fix that later. He flies all the way back to here. At an altitude of 15. And that's from the ground. 15 ground, right? Max height from the ground, 15. So that's like an altitude increase of like 5 blocks or something. I don't know. It just looks pretty flat when he flies it. At least I can't tell from the ground. Land and repeat. Nice. Now he's cycling that stuff through. And what we should see over here is a constant cycle of gravel getting dropped off, getting shredded, getting sent into the next stage where it's processed, and then glass is produced, of course, turned into those. We're at 4 minutes to get everything done, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that. This might be a well, I could extend by 5 minutes or so. I think that'd be enough time. Alright, so we just need a cable from there to here, which is a struggle, but let's see if we can get this done. Cable. Nice. That should be doing what it needs to be doing. Now if I check my... I believe what's going on here is that that side still hasn't been reset, so its coordinates are still messed up. Or its receiving coordinates are still messed up. Yeah, they are. Let's just go ahead and Oops. That was unintentional. I thought that I was destroying the right thing. Do I have the drone box? Please tell me I have the drone box. This is a calamity. Oops. That was... I think I just vaporized a bunch of aluminum powder that way, but that's fine. We can make more. This shit's free. Hi there. How are you? How was your day? It was good. This shit's basically free. Oh, we might have just shoveled it back into that thing, honestly. So this is getting its stuff. Why is it going into the... Oh, that makes sense. I'm just confused because this looks fucking weird. But he's getting his shit. And that means I need to... I think I did need to put these in the thing, actually, now that I think about it. Did I? I think I did. Oh, fuck. Now it's surrounded by hoppers. The worst thing to try to figure out where... Now that drone's fucked up. Oh, no. I might have even destroyed his path back. That's a big problem. I hope I had this thing done. This is a setback. Boom, boom. Oh, capacitors are finally getting made now. This is a great moment. Let's go ahead and celebrate. Capacitor production is underway. I'm stuck in the ground. Oh, shit. Fucking hate being stuck in the ground. Okay, so yeah, capacitor production is being done now. And we have 42 already. Which means they're being produced pretty fast. We just need to supply the aluminum ingots, which is the painful part. And, of course, aluminum powder is going well as well. So, the other thing is that this needs to be fixed, and that requires me to fly him to a height of... What is the height on this one? Nice. This is a height of 15, so we'll just keep it the same. That means he flies a diagonal, slight diagonal upwards pattern, but he's right there, so we already have him mapped to fly to the 15 for his return trip. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, he's just stuck at the point right here, isn't he? Clear. Is this a landing point? So he lands here. Okay. Clear. Take off to here. No? Is that not the fucking takeoff point? Am I wrong? Okay, hold on. Oh my god. This shit. Set that. Perfect. Okay, cool. Clear. Does he just fly up to this one? No, fucking stop that. Stop that. Okay, we're gonna have to reset that. Go ahead and land there. Okay, he's at an altitude of 15. Let's go ahead and set this up again correctly. 15 is his altitude. We're gonna go ahead and say, clear that. He takes off from here. He goes to there. No? I don't remember how this works exactly. It looks like, yeah, it is a blue one. Once he gets to there, he goes and flies inwards, apparently. I'm gonna have to fix this one, because he's fucking broken now. And I can't remember how the fuck I did it before. That's great. Well, he's supposed to land there, and apparently I had him take off from here. That doesn't make much sense, but apparently it does. Hold on. Do that. Do this. Okay, so he lands. Okay, we're gonna do... What is it? This one? Clear that. Is this one 15? Yeah, it is. Okay, that means it makes sense that he takes off. I didn't set his initial position. That's why it was not turning out correctly. Okay, then he takes off. Clear it. Send this over to the thing. His point over here that is obstructed is this one. Should be flying over here. Yep, that's perfect. I think I fixed it. Nice, I got it. Oh, nice, I'm actually a drone expert. Dronology right here. Okay, dronology department's going well. Let's see. So this thing is going to be the annoying one, but not really. We just need to do a drone waypoint there. I don't really care the height. We're probably just going to go with 9. 9 should be fine. And then we're just going to... We need another drone. Okay. And we need tungsten. This might be a next episode problem. Because I have ran out of time. Unfortunately, I've ran out of time. But still, let me see if I can potentially get it done today. I wish I could. No, I won't have time. It's unfortunate. Okay, we're done. We're done for today. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye. The next one, we're going to finish up my tungsten dronage. Because the drones want to take so long. But that's because I was being stupid with this one. And he's getting his gravel, which is amazing to see. That means I've already produced 74 capacitors. Probably the most cheapest thing to produce.